Hi everyone, this is my informative speech on the negative effects of the palm oil industry on our environment. So palm oil, you might be saying, what is that? I don't use that, I don't buy it. Yes, you do. Everybody does. Even sometimes I can't get away from it, even though I choose to avoid it. It's very hard. So this actual product may not be harmful to us health-wise, but when you learn about the farming process and the production process, it is very detrimental to our environment. This farming process kills animals such as orangutans, tigers, elephants, rhinos, anything in that tropical climate. And I'm here to tell you that education is the most powerful tool to help. So that's why I'm here, informing and educating of something that I believe in. So palm oil, what is it? It comes from a tree, like a palm tree, but a little more stubby, and these long branches and little red, bright red orange fruits that go in them. So those fruits are extracted, taken to the plant, steamed, pressed, and then you have oil. And most of these trees are found in Africa, Mexico, Southeast Asia, anything with that tropical climate. And how it is what it is today, where it came from. So it first was found a long time ago as cooking oil in most African communities. And then when they opened up their trade to Europe, it became popular over there. It jumped over to Great Britain. It was a popular commodity for British soldiers, used as an industrial lubricant for their machines. And then today, how it jumped over to America, it came from a company called Unilever. You probably see that in a lot of our lotions and soaps, maybe makeup. Big company, they started using that more often, and it kind of became known as this magic substance. It made everything smooth, shelf stable. It was kind of this magic ingredient that you could use and label it as vegan. From an article from The Guardian in 2019, they stated 3 billion people in 150 countries use products with palm oil, and as one person, we consume an average of 8 kilograms of oil a year. That's a lot. And so with that same article from The Guardian, I loved that they said from 1995 to 2015, production quadrupled from 15.2 million tons to 62.6 million tons. And again, they expect it to quadruple again in 2050, 240 million tons. So this company is not dying, this process. So since this is a video speech, I wanted to ask you, maybe you should pause this and look in your own cupboards, your shelves, your bathrooms, your pantries, and see if you can find anything with palm oil. Because I want everyone to see how this company is just growing and nobody knows what's going on. So the farming process, that's what I want to get into. So a tree can live naturally for 30 years, but for farmers, it only lives really for 6 years. So you can harvest it for 6 years, then it's injected with pesticides to kill. You can bulldoze it, burn it down, get a new one, make more money. That's the idea of it. So most of the time, so when I say take to the processing plant for steam pressed oil, these plants are everywhere in these beautiful tropical little communities, just destroying that. I'll get to that later. But this plants usually run 24/7. They produce 60,000 tons of crude oil per year. And most of them are in Malaysia, where people can work all day for probably $9 American a day. They farm over 30 bundles of fruit, which is very hard. And these big companies come in and take over their community, so they have no choice. So I want to talk about how it affects the wildlife too. So they're not necessarily killing the animals. It's vegan. It's not an oil extracted from the fat. But the World Wildlife Foundation says palm oil is the leading cause of orangutan extinction. It is estimated that 1,000 to 5,000 are killed in palm oil concessions a year. And yes, in that Southeast Asia, Malaysia is the largest population of them. So when they burn down these forests, they get rid of the trees, It exposes them to poaching, illegal pet trade, hunting, all that stuff, all that horrible stuff. And then if you skip over to the environmental side, air pollution, you're burning vegetation, smoke, the carbon dioxide. It's polluting our air, causing climate change, causing health consequences in Southeast Asia. There is nothing good to any of this. So one of the main points I want to make is what we can do to help. And number one, as I said before, education. The World Wildlife Foundation, the Orangutan Foundation, Rainforest Rescue. It's best to find a credible website. It's 2021. You can speak to someone across the world in a matter of seconds. And another thing you can easily do every day, look at where does this item come from? What company? How did it come from there to my table? What did it cause horrible side effects? Like, you want to think about that. And things that the Rainforest Rescue Foundation recommends is maybe you should cook one homemade meal a week. Check for whole ingredients. You can always sign petitions. It's free. Find a credible source. And, you can use your voice. These big companies want you to listen. So before I leave, because I talk too much and my time is over, I want to end it with a quote from my favorite Jane Goodall. She says, "You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make." And that is my speech on palm oil.